Hello, everyone. Welcome to Life, Love and the Pursuit of Real Estate. Those of you that know me know my name. For those of you that don't, I'm Michael, and I'm with my good friend here, DK, Dan Kerby, who has played with many Australian bands. And I'm going to let Dan sort of run through the process here. But we're starting off this interview by me telling you that he's a fucking good bloke. All right. So, and he's also the drum teacher of my youngest, Jacob, who is aspiring to be as good. So he's working his way up through the
absolutely, indeed,
fog, mist, and jungle of music.
Absolutely,
so, mate. Thanks very much for
thanks for having me.
Good on you.
Pleasure to sit down and have a chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, DK, Dan Kerby. So Dan is the lead drummer for Bliss and Esso.
Correct.
Who else have you played for?
So currently it's Bliss and Esso, 28 days.
Yeah.
I just got off tour with Unwritten and also Behind Crimson Eyes. We pop our heads up every now and then.
Okay.
So predominantly those acts at the moment.
Okay. Now, so just I think for the sake of the people watching,
yep,
your father was a drummer?
Correct.
So tell me how that initiated you into the
sure.
into this profession.
So I mean, my dad was a drum teacher. Predominantly, he kind of went more down the path of teaching.
Yep.
And also a drummer. He was in a cover band, and like he was in his original bands when he was younger. But basically, I just got into drums from watching him from a really young age. So literally, I was kind of playing from when I was like 2.
Right.
As soon as I could move, I was kind of like just tapping on things, and then got a kit when I was 4 and just progressed. Like I just love drums.
So did he teach you?
He taught me, but he didn't really push it on me. He just kind of showed me how to hold them or try this, kind of like that up till I was probably 12, and then I met some kids who were into punk rock music, right? And that introduced me to that. And then I realized that I could put the drums into a band scene, into like punk rock music, and then boom, here we are.
Fantastic. How old are you now?
I'm 33.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so I've been going hard for a good 20 years. I've been in bands for 20 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So where were you born?
I was born in Ballarat.
Right, okay. So you're a country boy.
Country boy.
So when did you move to Melbourne?
Moved to Melbourne when I was 19. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And did you move because of music?
But well, here's the thing. So I did pretty well in year 12.
Yeah.
Right? Like my inner score was 84. Pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
The deal was my parents said they'd pay for my rent in Melbourne if I went to university. So I wanted to get out of Ballarat into Melbourne with my band and just go for it. So my band moved to Melbourne into a house, into the western suburbs in Gowan Brae.
Right.
My parents would pay my rent. So I was at uni, ticking that box. And then as the years went on, I probably did that for 3 years. And then I kind of got into Behind Crimson Eyes,
right,
who were at that point nationally recognised, doing all the big festivals and supporting big bands.
Yeah.
And then I kind of jumped on from there. So I kind of moved to Melbourne for university, but I really moved for music.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. There's always another agenda.
Yeah. I always had that ticking in the background.
So the goal is always to fulfill all your agendas
100%.
if you can.
And it's expensive when you're a 19-year-old kid to live in Melbourne. I had $0 really.
And especially from the country.
Yeah. It's overwhelming. It was overwhelming actually moving to the city.
Right.
Yeah.
So on that, through this video, guys, what will happen is we're going to have excerpts of DK playing, and you'll just see how monumental he is. So he probably underrates himself, but he's considered one of the elite in the country. So tell me how you met Bliss and Esso. How did that evolve?
Okay, so just through, I guess, one thing always leads to another, right? You meet different people and et cetera, et cetera. So I had a friend, Will Kendall, who owned a clothing company, Third Chapter.
Right.
And he was I'd linked with him early on. We did some videos for his brand or whatever. He kind of knew Bliss and Esso somehow through someone, and then they were friends, and he'd always put a word in, like, you need to get this drummer. And I had some really good videos I invested time and effort into, like I do with Jacob.
Yeah.
He would show them, and then eventually, I got together with Bliss and him, and we had a few drinks one night. Laptop was open, looking at the videos. I could see Bliss's mind ticking over. He's like, is that okay? So that's you, okay. Just see his head ticking over.
Yeah, good.
One thing led to another, that they needed a drummer. And then all of a sudden, I was in his mind. He'd seen the way I play. He actually saw me play at a Monster Energy gig.
Right.
So I work for Monster full time, but I also play at their gigs. So like we played at the F1, it was myself and a DJ.
Okay.
And I kind of did that half because I knew that I'd meet people through Monster.
Yep.
Right, because we'd always get musicians and athletes and guests. We'd always have kind of the who's who of that industry at our parties. So I'd just smashing away at him. Bliss came and watched me. Again, I was in his head. He's like, this guy's not bad. Okay, bang in his head. They need a drummer. He's seen me play live. He's friends with my friends. He's seen my videos. I've hung out. Bang, call, try out. You wanted me to do 3 videos. I did 3. I sent them off. Didn't hear back.
So it didn't happen overnight though?
No.
So he took you through the run,
Yeah,
did he?
he's like, I want you to do this song, and this song.
Yeah.
So I called up my videographer, mate, went into the studio, recorded them how I thought they wanted them to be, because my friend gave me some intel. He's like, don't go crazy, just kind of do what's on the track. Don't go over the top. So I just kind of did that, sent them off, didn't hear back. 3 days later, I'm like, man, I think I blew it. I haven't heard back. So I went back in, set up a GoPro, and I just went apeshit and did 4 songs. I did an extra one, sent them off, and that was it. Got the call after that. And
so therefore, some of the advice you got was not necessarily right.
yeah, well, I'm not even sure if that was it or not, or whether they just hadn't got around to looking at them. But in my head, I was like, I didn't play how I want to play them.
Right.
I've actually never asked him.
That'd be an interesting question to ask, because sometimes when I've had success on certain things, I've looked back, and generally speaking, the largest successes that I've had have been where I've had to go back.
Right. And
where my initial presentation or whatever it was was good, but it wasn't great by my standard because I was trying to be what they wanted me to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wasn't being myself.
Yeah.
So once I was true to myself, the game changed.
Yeah.
So that's
I would dare say that's the case.
Yeah. Because even when we watch you play at home, like Karen and I will get on and we'll watch you.
Yeah.
And we let the whole thing run out. Like we don't watch the whole a minute or two. We just
let it
sit
go.
there sometimes a bit with a laptop and go, watch you go nuts.
Yeah.
Like it's just entertainment.
Yeah. Oh, it's hard work.
Yeah. But it's, to watch someone get off on what they do is the thing. I have a philosophy that no matter what the sport is or what the food is, if it's at its best, you can watch it or eat it.
Yeah.
You might not necessarily like it,
yeah,
but you watch it when it's played at its level that it's the best.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So from an entertainment point of view, and now I've watched a lot of Bliss and Esso's tracks and concerts and a few of those sort of things over the last few days before I came here. I just sat there and I've let the things run right through.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. But they're super entertaining.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
and you get drawn in.
Exactly.
Like you start to, whatever I'm doing, I'm sort of start looking back at the computer having, hang on a minute. You know, and
that's entertaining.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's getting your attention.
100%.
Yeah. So 100%. on that score now, have you ever thought about starting your own band or?
Yeah, the singer from Unwritten Law, the band I just played for, he's one of my idols.
Right.
He's like, if I could sing like anybody in the world and write songs, it would be like him.
Yeah.
So they're my favourite band, right? And he actually
I've watched a bit of them the last few days.
He asked me the same question. He's like, so why don't you just find a singer and start something? You know what I mean? I was like, I've always kind of thought, at this point, I kind of thought maybe I'm a little bit too old for it. And I feel like that's something you do when you're 20 or 25 maybe.
40 is the new 30.
Yeah, 40 is the new 30. So I'm not sure. I mean, I guess on that front, if I was to, I don't really want to start a band.
Right.
I don't want to do the whole thing of 5 members. It's too much. If I was going to do something, I just want to do it with one person.
Right.
Singer, songwriter, and myself.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess I haven't really come across that, or I haven't done anything about it.
So what about, say for instance, with drummers?
Yeah.
Do they sort of the drummers that have bands that don't have necessarily the same musicians playing all the time? They'll travel the globe.
Yep.
Right.
Like session guys?
Yeah. So more session musos.
Yep.
So say, for instance, I can remember a few times early days, Phil Collins.
Yep.
A few times I saw him, he had different musos.
Oh, right. So he was the band. And
So
okay.
When he went into Genesis, he went in late.
Yep.
Right? So from that perspective, I saw the bio, and because I love them so much, the bio on him is quite interesting because he went in as a secondary drummer and ended up becoming the front man,
the main guy,
so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how that turned around.
Yeah.
But as he's done different concerts,
Mhm.
I've noticed the musicians have changed over the years. Not that he's that well and healthy now.
Yeah.
And even I went and saw Chris Botti, the trumpeter, a little while ago.
Yeah.
So I've seen him twice.
Yep.
Completely different set of musicians the second time.
Right.
So therefore, because people think that a leader will be the lead guitarist or the singer.
Yep.
It's not necessarily the case.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yeah.
With the groups that I'm in, it's definitely the front guys.
Yeah.
But you'll see like Bliss and SO could get different. They could get a different drummer or whatever. You know what I mean? But I've kind of cemented myself in that position.
You like, not being funny, you look like you fit right in.
Oh, I fit right well in.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sort of there's certain things that we see when we watch you where you're guiding
the
play.
Of course, that's what the drum's got to do.
Yeah.
You got to kind of run the show from back there.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely fit with them.
Right. And so what about when they've done recordings and all that? Have you been?
I've only done a couple.
Right.
I've only done a couple. Just the style of music is it's sample based, like hip hop. There's not a lot of live instrumentation in it.
Okay.
Especially on the drum front. And to be honest, in this day and age, like most of the stuff you hear isn't necessarily recorded real anyway.
Yes.
Like drum wise,
Yes.
You might kind of you might go and record it, but then they'll replace the kick, they'll replace the snare, replace the toms, and you might just be getting a bit of the cymbals in there.
Right. Okay.
Even with like rock music, that'll happen a lot. But with hip hop, you can get sounds that are so good, you can program them and have it sound almost better than what you could get if you took a drummer into the studio, and it's a lot easier and doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Right. So let me ask you this: from here now at 33, right? Have you, with what I find with most professions, or nearly all professions that I deal with, from lawyers to real estate agents to car principals, etc., is that if I said to them what's their 10-year plan, most of them don't have an answer.
Yeah.
Like no answer. And I go, fuck, how do you not think about that, right? Because that always used to worry me.
Yeah.
So have you got like a 10-year
I tell you what,
or a 5-year plan?
Yeah, so I don't exactly know 100% what it will be, right? But I know that in 10 years, I'll be playing in multiple bands.
Yeah.
Don't know what they will be, but I'll be playing, touring acts somewhere.
Yeah.
The teaching thing will still be going, but it would have turned into something else.
Yeah.
Potentially more online based, maybe, or something like that.
Right.
They're two things I know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So then, as far as the music industry goes, what do you think? And I'll talk global soon, but just Australia. What do you think? Well, actually, no. Let me ask you this: in the 57 years I've been on this planet, and the 57 years I've listened to music, I've watched certain traits and certain sort of genres of music come in and out.
Yeah.
What's the next flavour, do you think, here in Australia?
Good question. I don't know. I really don't know. I know with the hip hop stuff, it's changing a little bit. I've been watching a guy called Lil Sick Cunt.
Right. You have to watch saying that.
You have to watch saying that. Which is kind of like following the US mumble rappy stuff, I guess.
Right.
But
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a wave of that coming through, like kind of self-made hip hop, I guess. You would
more
street
hip hop.
Yeah, not necessarily radio friendly hip hop either.
Right, okay.
Yeah, street hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so from that, how much does radio still govern?
I think radio governs a bit still, to be honest. Like obviously you've got YouTube and you've got all of your platforms to grow and build your own brand and get yourself out there.
Yeah.
And if you're interested and good enough, you will get out there. But I think in terms of, say, in Australia, if you have songs on the mainstream radio channels, or you're going to get bigger guarantees at your gigs, and you're going to get certain gigs that, like, you'll get festivals, or you might be put on the V8s or something, gigs that pay well, that you can play to a bulk demographic. That's where you're going to get paid probably better, I'd imagine.
And as far as our country goes, to use, it's really just a platform to get OS, isn't it?
It just
Is
depends.
that fair or not?
Well, yeah, kind of. It depends what you want to do. Like, you could easily just be a big band here, if you're big enough, and just be fine, and not have to go through the whole grind of going to the US and doing smaller shows and touring hard out. You know what I mean? You could easily, if you're a big enough band, say like a Bliss and Esso, you could just kind of play here and be fine and live comfortably, play a few shows here and there, write a record.
Well, that's what they do.
Pretty much. Yeah. But they're really only one of the only bands I know that do that, to be honest. There's not many like that. But I mean, it depends how hungry you are and what really you want to do.
So what about, say, a band like Hilltop Hoods?
Yeah.
So I don't know how well.
I think they do well over in Europe.
Yeah.
I think they might do okay in the States. Right. I think the States is a hard one for everybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, it just depends where you're at and where you kind of want to take it, I guess.
So as far as, let's say the standard.
Yeah.
So musicians' standard doesn't necessarily determine their worth, does it?
No.
So if they're really good, they still can fail in relation to that.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could be an amazing musician and never get out of your bedroom.
Yeah. Jacob and I went and saw Virgil Donati.
Yeah.
And I sat there and you just knew that guy knew how to play.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, shit, yeah.
Like he could do it with his eyes closed.
Yeah.
And Jacob, over the period of time he's been with you, has taught me a lot of the technical, explains the technical part of it.
Yep.
And I watched him and I went, some of that stuff I didn't like, but I was impressed by it.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
so impressive.
I said to Jacob, does a guy like that go and play with bands? Or how much session music does he do? Because I know session musos do pretty well.
Yeah.
So there is a strong market for that.
Yep.
So is that market here in Australia though?
Nah, I mean, ideally you'd want to be in LA. That's where I'd like to be.
So that's the music capital.
I think that's the music capital. Actually, the drummer from Everclear pulled me aside after our gig.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, that was the first time I saw you. And he's like, fuck, dude, you can play. He's like, do you ever go to LA? He's like, fuck, you need to get yourself to LA, man. I was like, sick. Yeah. It's good to hear that along the way, you know what I mean?
Affirmations, yeah.
So, someone like Everclear is a huge band. He's been with them for like 20 years. Yeah. So, like, someone like that saying you need to get to LA, that's where it's at.
Do you think you undervalue how good you are?
Don't know. I'm getting more confident.
Yeah. Like, you ever get off stage and go, fuck, I did a great job?
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get off. I try to make sure that I play everything with execution, like every hit's
on.
Every hit's on. I'm not doubting anything.
Yeah.
Just get up. Because, the music I play, the way I play is pretty heavy. You know what I mean?
When we watch you, like you're fully involved.
Oh, yeah.
Like we watch you and it's just like, we know you anyway.
Yeah.
But the reality of that is that and one of the things that I want people to get out of this interview is how commitment equals success.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's not a sprint.
Yeah.
It's a fucking marathon.
It's a marathon. It's been going for forever. And I really only feel like I'm just starting to kind of get to the spot where I want to be. But in saying that, I also feel like it's just the beginning.
Yeah.
You know
because the recognition is hard.
It is.
I have a few times when John's interviewed me, he sort of said to me, he goes, what do you think the main reason for your success is? And everyone perceives success different. And he said to me, when do you reckon it started? And it started for me at about 33, 34.
Right.
That's when I knew,
I
thought, shit, I think I can be good at what I'm doing.
Yeah, got you.
Right? But it wasn't till then that I sort of realised that. And I'd been in that industry for a while.
Right.
Then what happened is I realised the value of networks.
Right.
And then I realised I needed to put myself out there to be criticised to move forward.
Yeah.
And that's a very hard learning curve.
Of course.
Because you've got to be able to take that crap that comes at you.
Absolutely.
And it comes at you.
It does. And just the tour I just did, there was, because I was the new guy, I was filling in, right? They have a particular way they do things and I kind of had to adapt to that. So there was always, hey, play this bit a bit slower. Like the first few gigs were like, wait a bit longer before you come in on this one, or play that was great, this song needs to be faster. So there's all like little things that you just have to take and go, okay, done. But then I learned like that's how they roll. They play by feel. They'll go a bit slower, a bit faster in certain bits. Whereas I like to be playing to a click and on it.
Yeah.
But like it's not the only way to do it.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like learn from that. You know what I mean? Like just copying those little bits of feedback.
So as far as session music and all that stuff. Have you done much of that sort of work?
I've done bits and pieces. Now, I've never really wanted to be too much of a session guy.
Right.
To be honest.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, I don't really enjoy playing on things that I don't really like.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I've got a pretty niche
Yeah.
bunch of bands or types of bands that I like.
What a beautiful choice to have.
Yeah, that's
good.
you know, so I'd rather play in like 3 or 4 groups.
Yep.
That's it, as opposed and then it's I don't know. I don't like the whole instability of being a session drummer and having to rely on this tour ends and then you have to go and find another one and get onto that and playing kind of not as a part of the band. So even with like Bliss and Esso, I'm not in the business of Bliss and Esso. Yeah. Like I'm hired, but I'm still their guy every time.
Yeah,
I'd rather do that than be little, the back guy and
being part of that band, we'll talk about Bliss and Esso for a minute.
Yep.
Being part of that band, how's that improved you? Being in that environment with those guys, right? And it's what Bliss, Esso, and
Ism,
right?
Yeah.
Like,
how's it improved me?
Yeah. How do you walk away sometimes and going, shit, I've now mastered that because of these guys?
Yeah. Like there's little subtle things like up until that point, I'd never done a show as big as 1,000 maybe.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then I walked into that and it was like 10,000. So I guess it just kind of took me up a level with how to just be at a gig that big, how to perform at a level that big. Different, like there's a fallback guy, I've got my in-ears. There's just a whole bunch of different things I kind of had to get used to. And then not think about how many people are out there as well. Do you know what I mean? So it was
Does that turn you on though, the large crowd?
Oh, it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
It gets me super excited.
Yeah, fantastic.
But it kind of made that comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost the norm.
Yes.
As opposed to the smaller rooms.
Yeah. Well, the more you do something, the better you get out.
Yeah. And like just little things like before they play, Bliss and Esso get together in a room, in our little band room, and they kind of do what they're going to say in between each song.
Okay.
So they'll practice the little bit of dialogue, right?
Good. Banter.
But it's like they're like 15-year-old kids who have never done a gig. They have that energy, nervous energy.
Fantastic.
They get there and they're like, yeah, no, I see. So that's before each gig, and then we go out, and it's interesting to watch that energy, the nervous energy from out the back, go out onto the stage and just explode. And it's like so I've learned little things like that, like instead of just being, oh fuck, I've done this 1,000 times, let's go, which some bands can do, just stroll out and play. Every time they have this nervous energy that comes out, and that's like a part of the magic.
They still make it special.
They do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So aside from that, you've got a teaching school, a drum school, right? So what happens with that? We're in your studio now, so you have. I've seen adults, children.
Yeah.
I've seen
everyone.
Kids where the drumstick looks bigger than the drum. And all that sort of stuff. So tell us a little bit about that.
So following on my father's legacy of teaching drums, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's something I thought about doing for years and years and years, because I've got his course, which is predominantly kind of what I teach.
Yeah.
But it's good. I'm just passing on the knowledge to the next lot of drummers, and every student's different. Like some guys come in and they're older and they just kind of want to learn how to play to a song. Some guys like Jacob are like hungry as hell, and he'll just come in here and we'll smash videos and work on all sorts of crazy things, and then there's kids
he's pretty full on.
He's full on. He loves it. But like does
that drive you though?
Yeah, it does. It's fun.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I really don't like wasting my time with people who don't really try or who don't really care.
Yeah.
Like if someone really values the time we have together, that's great for me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like I value that back.
So then let me get back to some of the stuff I've seen with Jacob. Jacob's always been a student of practice.
Yeah.
So I always say you can't get practice perfect, but you can do perfect practice by doing it a lot, right? So in that case, his momentum with practice elevated once he started seeing you.
Yeah.
So it was already strong, and then it went to like a biblical level.
Yeah.
Right? Where we have to say to him, listen, go to bed. It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
I love it.
Now, so how much practice do you do when you're not when you haven't got a concert on,
Yeah.
or not employed by a band? Like what happens in your routine? You come in here and just smash out a couple of hours sometimes.
Nah, sometimes I do, but the reality is I don't practice every day.
Right.
But in saying that, you know, I'm not necessarily doing kit work, but I'll be doing work on the computer, tightening up how I make the drums sound with my students, or you know, I'll be engineering the drums better, or I'll be learning how to like do Facebook better, or Instagram better, or YouTube better, or what skins sound better. Like I'm always, every time I'm in here, I'm learning something. Doesn't have to necessarily be me playing.
Right.
It could be I might be learning how to teach someone better. You know what I mean? Or by teaching, I learn. Every time I'm teaching myself again.
Yeah. Well, when you teach, you learn.
Yeah. So I'm essentially just drums every night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
How's
your partner cope with that? All right.
She's good. She's good. She's good with it. She's very good with it because I'm not home much.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That takes a special type of person.
Yeah, it does.
It does.
She's really good with it.
Because what I've found over the years, to master anything, the commitment has to have a fallout. It's whether you're prepared to accept the fallout.
Yes.
To be great.
Yes.
You know, because the difference between good and great is very minimal. It's like the top golfer to the one that loses can be one shot.
Yeah, exactly.
So who determines that?
Yeah.
I think practice has a lot to do with it.
It does.
In that regard.
Yeah.
So then as far as marketability goes, what I find with a lot of musicians is they're really humble.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So I think humility and vulnerability are great, a perfect human trait, but sometimes it can actually harm you when you are that humble. So from a point of view, once you've done a concert or whatever, and say someone like the guy from Everclear will go blah.
Yep.
So what do you do with that? Do you just let that recognition go, or do you sort of get that and take it to another level and go, okay, buddy, who do you know over there?
No, I haven't done that. But what I did do is add him on Facebook.
Right.
You know what I mean? The singer from the Super Jesus, Sarah McLeod.
Oh yeah.
Saw her at the airport. She's like, shit, you freaking killed it last night. She's like, do you play for other bands? I was like, yeah. She's like, what's your number? Give her the number. You know, like I'll do things like that, but I won't necessarily go and hunt them down. But I just take it on board personally, you know, and it just builds kind of what I kind of
You can actually manifest
know.
that.
Yeah, I do.
You can actually make that ooze out of you without sort of asking for business, you know.
And then like some of the things I've been working on, like I did a drum off at the Supercross at Marvel Stadium in November last year.
Yeah, we were away for that. That looked fantastic when I watched it.
I put that all together, basically, right?
Yeah.
Which was a huge job. And like with the video content I got from that, it's so fucking good that I don't really have to say anything.
I get it.
You know what I mean?
We watched it and we just went, wow.
Yeah, like I've got the actual edit now.
Right, okay.
And it's like,
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, without tooting my own horn, like even if it wasn't me drumming, for someone else, not even talking about the drumming, just the actual production and the concept of it and where it was and blah, blah, blah. It's just unfuckable with. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that kind of.
Yeah, that's good. And that, you know, a lot of that is in prep.
Yeah.
You know,
that was all prep. The whole thing was, you're right. Yeah. But I spent hours, like, the drumming in that was relatively easy, but there was 16 bars which were really complicated.
Right.
And it's the bit where I was on a riser and the riser actually went up like that.
Yeah.
And there's flames shooting off it everywhere. But the point is with that 16 bars, I practiced that flat out. Every morning I'd be in here for a couple of hours. Okay, got it. Next day in. Next day in. Just smashing it. And then I had my workmates came in the day before, did it about 5 times in front of them. You know, which is uncomfortable. It's like, oh, watch me do this. Yeah, but I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to do it in front of 40,000 people tomorrow.
It doesn't
What's
matter.
a couple of people? I said, yeah, sit down. I'm going to smash this for you. And then I smashed it. You know what I mean? And so it was prep. So, yeah.
So what about up and coming stuff? What got anything else happening this year?
What's on the rise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So, I mean, the one big thing with gigs will be Bliss and SO. They've got a new record coming out.
Okay. Well, that'll be good.
So that'll be good. So there'll be 2 tours off that. There'll be a single tour and there'll be a record tour.
Okay. Beautiful.
Which will keep me busy on that front. I'm working on a drumming show
Okay.
You know? Yeah, you've seen the first one where myself and Frank from Sum 41 played on the boat.
Yeah.
I've shot 2 more since then.
So what do you hope to get out of that? That was good, by the way.
Yeah. Look, I'm thinking that I reckon that'll get picked up by a sponsor and they'll probably create that so I won't have to pay for it, which would be cool.
Yeah, good.
But that's just profile building and network building.
And even when you did down Hosier Lane, when you did that bit of a tap and show, as I call it, some idiots now have graffitied it.
Cut to Hosier Lane.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think one of the things with music is no matter what music you like, people love hearing it.
Yeah.
So when you're walking through the city or whatever it is, even the music I don't like, I'll sort of stop and have a half listen to, and it gets your attention and recognition.
Yeah.
So doing that was good. So DK actually played some drums. Well, who was the guy you were with?
Frank Zumos from Sum 41.
Yeah. So and they played down Hosier Lane, just tapping on bins and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. And that was talk about that for a second.
Yeah. So Frank's like he plays in Sum 41, which are a huge pop punk band.
Yeah.
And I've been onto him for years because before he joined that band, he was in a group called Street Drum Corps. Basically, what they do is like 3 drums and they just play on bins, buckets, shoot fire. They do all crazy shit, basically.
Yeah.
Right, and then what they did is they'd link in with bands. They'd tour with Linkin Park. They'd be a part of their show or the Used or like heaps of bands. Anyway, so I got onto him through that. So the concept for that video was Frank's in town for 3 hours. Instead of just like bringing him in here and playing drums, take him for a tour of the city and play drums while we go. Right, so the whole bin thing was related back to his Street Drum Corps. So we get down the alley and I'm like, right, you're the Street Drum Corps guy, show me some shit, let's go. So then we just kind of freestyled, right? And then I took him out on the boat and that was like the glory shot. But the thing about that as well was we got out there and we only had 15 minutes to shoot it. So the captain, he's like, right, I've got to turn it back in 15. We're still setting the drums up. So we set them up. And then I'm like, oh man, you haven't even heard the track yet. He's like, nah, come with me. I took him into the boat, played him the song once, track that I built. I just talked him through it. I was like, you go, I go, we play together, do a tom-tom thing, big hit, stop, you stop, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yep. Like, right, let's go.
And he got you?
Straight up, first go.
Fantastic.
I looked at him, I said, fuck you, you're pretty good at this, aren't you? He goes, yeah.
And it's interesting because to have that sort of synergy with anybody is always a blessing. And as you get older, you won't realise, because when you're younger, you think it's common. And as you get older like me, you realise it's not that common anymore.
Right, yeah.
Right? So while you've got that, you need to keep
Make the most
my
of it.
suggestions would be just to keep it going and keep those connections going. Because one of the things that I learned early days was the beauty of listening to music is for it to lift your spirit.
Yeah.
So before I go into an auction or whatever, I'd play some depending, and like I love Led Zeppelin. My favourite band's Linkin Park.
Yeah, I'll sick.
Right. So from that point of view, I've sort of always grown up, but I like a lot of techno stuff. Like I listen to anything, right? And I find that my personality does change when I'm in the moment of the song. Yeah, there's no doubt it makes me better at what I'm doing for the person that's using me as their service provider. Yep. So in that, like what you do is important. And I sometimes think musicians underrated. A lot of them get the feedback from playing it themselves and their own adulation. But to understand what it does for everyone else around it,
of course.
like you did in Hosier Lane, is a gift. You're actually giving a gift out. Right? So then next question. If you got stuff with Bliss and SO coming up and you've got the drum school. And you work with Monster. So therefore you're a busy fella.
Always.
Right? So your day from me, and what I want to talk about, and sort of in ending, is the commitment that it takes to do what you do every day. So, what time do you get up in the morning? Just some basic shit.
Oh, like 6.
Okay. What time do you go to bed?
6. Call it 11.
Okay. All right. That's a fair day.
Yeah.
And you're fairly busy right throughout the day?
Super busy. So morning, wake up, workout. Monster. Business hours, let's call it till 4. Start teaching from 4 till 10, 4 till 9.
Okay.
So Tuesdays I go to Ballarat.
Right.
I get home about midnight.
Right.
And then Wednesday, Thursday I'll probably finish 9:30, 10, just depending on sessions. And then Friday, a normal week, and then I'll teach all day Saturday. I'll do like a big 6-7 hour day, 8-hour day. But if I have gigs in there, it gets wild.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So what happens, is there ever a time in that, because one of the things I've noticed about people that are successful is they're very routine organised, like routine savvy.
Yep.
The problem with routine is it gets boring.
And it flies, goes really quickly.
Yes, yeah, which is good. So when something gets boring, what do you do? Like when something bores the shit out of you?
I mix it up, like with the workouts or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I'll get into a period where I run a lot, or then I'll get into a period where I'm doing weights and trying to shred a little bit, or then I'm trying to bulk. I'll change gyms. I got a membership where I can go to multiple gyms.
Yeah. Okay. So fitness, as far as drumming goes, how high on the priority is it?
It's high. It's if you're doing shows that are high energy and high, like if you're moving really fast, like I've just done the last month.
Yeah.
You've got to be fit. You can't do that and not be fit. Yeah. But the drumming fitness is different to normal fitness as well.
Explain.
I don't exactly know how to put my finger on it, but what it's like after the first 3 shows I just did out of 16, because I wasn't used to it, playing at that high intensity for that long, I didn't get out of bed till like 6 o'clock the next day. Right. And then I had 6 shows in a row and I was like, fuck, I'm going to feel really bad at the end of that. But then my body got used to it and then it was just kind of easy.
That's already because you had a level of fitness though.
Yes,
so
yes. If I was
retuning.
It just has to retune.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you were unfit, you'd really, really be in strife doing that. Like you, for instance, probably couldn't keep up with the tempos or whatever, or you just have to play like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And not like all this crazy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, then if I asked you what's your key main driver for doing all the stuff that you do at 33, what is it?
It's a good question. It's a question that I ask myself quite a lot.
Okay.
And it's a question that I actually don't really know how to answer. I actually don't know what.
You know, most people will say that the answer is no answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why I always want to be gigging. I don't know why I always want to be doing bigger gigs. Yeah. I don't really know why I want to be that guy.
Okay.
But it's just something that.
But do you understand that you have an innate ability to play drums? Like you get that.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with self-recognition.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that I've learned with a lot of great people that are really good at their art, no matter what it is they get to a period where they understand that they're really good at it. So that's not being egotistical. It's understanding that, yes, I'm really good at it. Then the next question prevails is, can I get any better?
Yeah.
And I sort of went through that. When people used to say I was arrogant, I said, no, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just not sure how good I can be yet.
Yeah.
So I went through, and then, because I never used to let anyone else's opinion worry me, because that's their business of me, right?
Yep.
So in that, my suggestion to you would be is that you want to push the gamut as much as you can, because most success is built between the ages of 30 and 45.
Right. Okay. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Right. And so most successful people have made it. Now, it doesn't have to be financial.
Yep.
It can be satisfaction. It can be the effect you have on other people.
Yep.
However you rate success.
Yep.
They're the things. But between those ages, they take 10, 15 years beforehand to build up the momentum. Right. It doesn't happen when you become 30.
Yeah, got ya.
The momentum was built when you were 13 and
started on the way up to that.
And started playing.
Yep.
That's when the momentum starts.
Right.
So, and that's what I've learned. So in that, my mum used to say to me, I could talk under concrete or under water, that I'd always be a good salesman. It was never, ever about that.
Right.
I always understood that it was the human experience that I was into and how I made other people feel about selling them a house or a property, whatever it might be.
Yep.
So therefore, you may get that same feeling back when you're watching people just get off while you're playing.
Yeah, I do when I'm watching them. But it is, when you said self-satisfaction, that's a large part of it as well. Yeah. So like, sometimes I'll do a particular gig and it just fucking feels good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just proud of myself.
And I think the aside from your humility, the only thing I'd ever suggest to you is that, when someone comes up like from Super Jesus, they're the sort of things, because for someone to do that and been in the industry for that long, I know she's been in it for a while, the reality of that is that she can benchmark you now. She looks at you and go, hey, hang on. This is a little bit above what I've seen.
Yeah.
And that's, so you need to take that and not be bashful on working on that stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly.
And it's not for the financial gain. It's just to see how far you can push yourself.
Well, that's it. Yeah. And that's why with this show I'm working on as well, I'm busting out to bigger guys from the US.
Yeah.
Because I just kind of want to see how far I can push that, who I can get along next to me, drumming with and learn from, and kind of, you know, just bounce off their vibe, you know.
So what's your favourite music?
My favourite music would be like, I guess you'd call it punk rock, skater kind of punk from the early 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like late 90s, early 2000s. Blink-182's Unwritten Laws, what he's played for. Unwritten Law are my favourite band ever.
Yeah, okay.
Which is kind of weird because now that I've played for them, they still are my favourite band ever, but it's just different because they're not people that I don't know anymore.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with them.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It was interesting because when in all the years when my boys were growing up, we listened to a lot of stuff. We listened to techno, Linkin Park, a lot of, and like when the Linkin Park singer passed recently, right? It's the first, Karen rang me and she says, Mike, you're going to be upset. And I went, what? She says, no more albums from this band. I went, what? She says, oh, he's gone. I went, oh, really? And it's funny because when I was listening to Linkin Park, all my friends who are my age hated them.
Right.
Mate, let me tell you, I couldn't take them out of the CD in the car.
Right.
Like all their albums I've got, I just loved it. But I was the only one in my age group that just got off on it. Like it just completely set me into the stratosphere.
Yeah, they're a great band.
Yeah. Like it just did something. I've even got hairs on the back of my neck now. That they did certain things to me that made me feel that good that it never left me. And I've listened to them since they started.
Yeah, got ya.
Like, and it's been years.
Well, that's the same thing with all the bands that I like. My girlfriend kind of gives me a bit of shit because I only really listen to that stuff. I listen to about 5 or 6 bands over and over and over again. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just very rarely listen to stuff outside of that. Yeah. Or it takes something really good that's current to kind of loop me in.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I'm the same. It's because you kind of relate it back to feelings or whatever it might be from that time. But
all right, so this year you've got Listen Esso coming up.
So I've got that. I'll keep working on the show.
Yep.
I'll keep developing
What's going to happen with the show? What do you think about that?
Well, we're kind of like working on that in the background, negotiating kind of where it's going to live.
Okay.
The home for it.
And this is like the aftermath of what you did?
Yeah, pretty much. So basically we did that one clip and then Frank loved it and he wanted to do more.
Yeah.
And then I went over to LA and we shot one with a guest over there in Long Beach.
Okay,
which was the guest is from like a gigantic band, one of my heroes.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. And then the Supercross one will be involved in that. And then I reckon we'll probably do another 3 or 4 this year.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, we're talking with a company they're pretty interested in making it a series themselves.
Okay,
so,
good.
Yeah, because I've been fronting it myself.
Yeah. So sponsoring and making an event.
Yeah.
Okay,
but then so many things can come from that as well.
Yes. Well, it builds profile.
It builds profile and it opens up, it'll definitely open up doors. It's already opening up doors. Yeah. With particular things.
All right. Well, I think we'll start to wrap this up though.
Yeah, let's do it.
Guys, I think the reality of that is, thanks very much, DK, for your time.
Man.
One of the things, guys, that I sort of get out of this is his commitment to the consistency of effort. And that's really where this is at. So if you love what you do it as best as you can. And if you don't love what you do, get the fuck out of it and do something that you love what you do. So DK, mate,
pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Cheers.
You're going to hit some, what do you reckon, John? We'll get him to hit some drums? Yeah? Do you want to just have a little tap for us?
Do you want me to hit right out?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's recording. We'll let DK just have a little bit of a hit. We'll end on that note. We are going to include some of his clips in this video. For all you potential musicians that want to play drums, this is the guru. Thanks very much, DK.
Man.
Good on you.
Thanks, Mike. All right.